Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and to what I hope is the last chapter in the build of the Spitfire by Towner. The pink Spitfire we can call it. So in this chapter what I want to do, I want to finish the assembly. Let me show you also what I've done. I've put 2 layers of white glue and water and 2 layers of clear coat, and some places look better than others, let's say it like that, but I think it's as good as it'll get. And now the challenge is going to be to, I only have this much tissue left, so I hope it is enough. The challenge is going to be to assemble the wings and that they sit on properly, basically to mount them, make sure that everything is square, well not particularly square, but that it's sitting well, that it's more or less straight, and also that the dihedral on each side is equal, and also the angle of attack, right? It all sounds very simple, but it isn't. For that, what I'm going to use is also this stick that I used for the Antonov. I think I came up with it. Basically, I'll mount the wing, I'll see up to where one wing comes up, and then I'll work the other one to be the same height. There's no marking on the plan as to the height of the wingtip. It's just marked by the shape of the main spar. But still, like, I think there's still a bit of wiggle room, so even a little bit of wiggle room at the root base, at the root of the wing, will actually maybe change, maybe by a couple of centimeters or half an inch or something on the tip. So I want to make sure that that is as close as I can get it. So that's going to be one challenge. For that I'll be using also the clips to basically glue things, put them in place, and hopefully keep them there. Once the wings are in place, then the tissue covering is going to happen. So I'm going to do the top part, and then for the bottom part I'll see if I have enough. If not, then I've already got a plan B. If I have any grey tissue, maybe to fill in a square with grey or something, I'll see how I do it, because I don't want to use another tissue, because in my experience, even if I buy the same color, it's slightly different. So I don't want to buy another piece of tissue just for a little bit of square. And then other details, I already showed you, I think, the canopy cards, and then also build the radiator, the oil cooler radiator, which is balsa, it was nice to do. It's not quite straight, I would like it to be straighter, and I painted it black inside, not that that matters, but I know. And then grey on the outside, and that will go actually on the right wing, it will go somewhere here. So follow me along on this one, and let's see how it goes. And as you can see, one of the wings is already on, actually both are already on, one is still drying. And I hope I've got the dihedral kind of lined up, and also the angle of incidence. And now just I have to kind of finish this off, like gluing these pieces in together, maybe also at the rear a little bit, and then sand things off so that there's a smooth transition. This one looks better, actually. Left wing looks a little bit better than the right wing, so I hope I can kind of make it work. And then when I have that in place, then I can start also with the tissue. So a bit more of the details, of course, I'm going to be needing. I'm going to maybe start to prepare already the roundels and the markings, and it's coming along nicely. So limited but slow progress. So now I'm covering up the top with small sections here. A very challenging piece here is that it should in theory come over here and then kind of flip over on its side and turn like 180 degrees to cover up this side. So I've added a little piece that's not on the plan, which is this little triangle. I don't know if you can see it. Still got the wet glue there. So I intend then to put one piece here that closes this here, another one that closes this, and then only one, a small one, that does this. I don't know if you can see it, this turn that comes from this angle, goes onto the vertical, and then completely flat. So very, very challenging. I still got to do it on the other side, which is a little bit different. It's not completely symmetrical, but anyhow, so that is kind of the plan. The other side, as you can see, it's all missing, as progress is slow, because I'm procrastinating, I'm doing other things. I don't want to do this, but I'm already somehow feeling I want to start a new project, which I have an idea for already, but I'll show you that on a future video. Other things that I've been doing, I don't know if you can see them here, is the roundels. So I'm going to put, I've made them all the same. I think it's not completely scaled, but I'll be putting a roundel here, and then on the wings, so I think it's 4. Do I have 4? Yeah, 2 only on the top part of the wings, so 1, 2, 3 and 4 on the other side, and it's just made up with tissue, so blue tissue and red tissue for the roundels. And that's pretty much it so far. So I'll continue to do the tissue covering here from the top part, because if I run out of tissue, I prefer to put maybe white or grey on the underside. I don't know if you can see it there, so that it doesn't look so strange. So step by step, slow progress, but hopefully today there's a productive session ahead of me. So finally the tissue covering is complete. Let me show you what is left over from the big sheet. This is the biggest piece I have left over, and then some smaller pieces, and I'm keeping this as a reserve because I'm going to need it. Actually I'm going to need it very soon, I'm afraid. Let me show you the underside. As you can see, this is already tissue covered. I've already shrunk it with water, and I've got to say that these pieces here, I'm not sure how to point at them, these pieces here, this panel that folds over, it was both of these were major challenges, major pain, because it's on multiple levels. Similar it was to this on the rear part of the wing when it connects to the fuselage. So really very challenging, at least for me. I think that pushed me back quite a long time, because just looking at it, how am I going to do it? In the end I was brave enough to do it. So but as you can see, it's pretty much all covered and shrunk. What has happened also during the shrinking, let's see if you can see this, is that it got torn. When I was doing the shrinking, this already got torn. I'm not sure if completely, yeah, probably completely through, so I'm going to need to put a patch on this already. So I'm already probably going to need to use either one of these leftovers that I have, or the very small remain that I have. I'm going to need to patch it up already. So it's not going to look so good, but it's something that's needed. What I've also started to do, I've started to put on the roundels. You see on the fuselage I've put them already. Still the wings are missing. I'm then going to do the lacquer, so that the color, I think you can see the different color, different shade. Here's the glossy lacquer, the clear lacquer, and this is just shrunk with a little bit of glue, very diluted, so it doesn't add any weight, but it does stretch it out a little bit. So that I have to do, and then of course then adding all the components what I have there back there. See, that's the radiator, and those are that's the windshield, the rear windshield and the front windshield. So still have to do all that, put the roundels, and then we'll have a finished model, barring or except the weight and balance, which I also have to try to figure out. But in any case, so some progress, painful progress, but indeed getting there. So hopefully on the next update it'll be done. So wish me luck. And here it is, complete, everything stuck on. The radiator, which I hope holds out a little bit. The tissue has been shrunk and a little bit of the clear lacquer on. It has a little bit of a different tone, probably I didn't put so much water glue mix on this other part, and that's why. The canopy is on, so the windshield and the opening canopy, which is not opening. The patch can be seen, I'm afraid, but well, it's part of it, right? And also the tail assembly is now on completely for the first time since it's been tissued. So with a little pink rubber band also there, so it doesn't call out so much attention, but it does. And I've put now the wooden propeller on. The weight is a little bit more than the plastic one, just a little bit more, which is actually quite impressive. And what I still need to do, I need to do the weight and balance. So let's let it there roll for a bit. And in terms of weight and balance, the plan says that it has to balance about just in front of the main spar. So if I try to pick it there, which is almost the wheels, right? So there's still quite a lot of weight that I'm going to need to put into the nose area. I still have to figure out how. I've got here some of the weights that are used when you on the car from the mechanics. So basically when you change the tires, they have these weights that they stick to the rim, and these are like 5 grams each. I'm afraid I'm going to need quite a few of these, but I'm going to try to do it with plastiline somehow, step by step. So overall, very enjoyable build. I've got to say that I really like the stringers. They were not so fragile. At the beginning I was very skeptical. I thought they wouldn't bend, but they did bend, and actually they gave it quite a lot of strength. So I don't think I broke as many stringers maybe not even one, or maybe one string I just broke, and that was the thin one because I have clumsy hands. And this has taken me the better part of 4 months, I believe. January, February, March, April and May. So 4 months has taken me to build it. I haven't rushed, of course, but very enjoyable. I really like this one, and there's another similar model in the Towner collection, which has the same construction approach, which is not going to be the next one, but I think it's going to get to it at some point. For the next one I already have a plan, but I'll show you then on another video. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and play with it a little bit, as I like to do, and in the meantime I sign off. So thank you very much everybody for following along, for watching, for all your tips and recommendations. Without those comments I would have stopped probably, I would have given up at some point, so they really do make a difference. So thank you very much to all of you for all that, and I'll see you next time.